In progress.
Shanti, sit in soul consciousness and see yourself as a point of light. We'll start listening mostly from our beloved Bap Dada. Baba is telling, sweet children, you have been wandering around by going into Maya Ravan's company. You have been wandering around by going into Maya Ravan's company. You pure saplings became impure. You now have to become pure again. Question is, what is each one of you children amazed at in yourself, and what it is that the Father is amazed at in you children? Answer is, children are amazed at what they were, whose children they were, and that they received their inheritance from such a father that they forgot such a father. Ravan came and brought such a fog that you forgot the Creator and His creation. The Father is amazed that the same children whom he made so elevated and to whom he gave their fortune of the kingdom began to defame him. They lost everything by going into company of Ravan. Om Shanti. What are you thinking number wise? According to your effort, each one of you human being is amazed at yourself. What you were and whose children you were. How you definitely claimed your inheritance from the Father and how you forgot that. You were Satopradhan, the masters of the whole world. You were very happy, and you then came down the ladder. When Ravan came, he brought such fog that you forgot the Creator and his creation. People lose their way in a fog. You too forgot where your home was and what land you were the resident of. Baba is now seeing his children to whom he gave their fortune of the kingdom of 5,000 years ago. They lived in great happiness and pleasure. What has that land now become? Look how you went into the kingdom of Ravan. You were surely received sorrow in a foreign kingdom. You wandered around a great deal. We were wandering around. You continued to search with blind faith for the Father, but you didn't find him. How could you find someone you had put into pebbles and stones? By wandering around for a half a cycle, you lost hope. Because of becoming ignorant, you have experienced so much sorrow in the kingdom of Ravan. Bharat became so poor on the path of devotion. The Father looks at you, children, and thinks, you wandered around a great deal on the path of devotion. You did devotion for half a cycle for what? What for? In order to meet God. It is after you have been performing devotion that God gives you the fruit. What does He give? No one knows this. They have become total fools. All of this aspect should enter your intellect. What we were and how we rule the kingdom, and how, whilst coming down the ladder, we continued to be caught in the chains of Ravan. How we changed. We were this much good, then how we changed, how we became so sorrowful. There was limitless sorrow. At first you had limitless happiness. It should enter your hearts that there was so much happiness in your kingdom. You then experienced so much sorrow in the foreign kingdom. Just like those people believe that they experienced a great deal of sorrow during the time of British rule. How much experience they had, you know, they have experienced so much sorrow. Even I shared one document. If you see the document, you will know. During British rule, no, you take your Nanaji buy you to Shankar. But don't take that there. You can do it here because suddenly they come. Then they will. So I'll show this one. Yeah. So during Britishers, so much famine came, and this is the condition of Chennai, Madras, during 1877 at the time of British Raj, where souls were having, they became cannibals. They were eating others. So even there is only bone left, then also they were eating. So the one member here in the picture is protecting the family, all other family in very poor condition. So what they will do? There's no other go. Stomach goes inside. How many times Baba also told. So again we are going to face much more drastic scenario. No water, no food, nothing will be there. So you are now sitting here internally think about who you are, whose children you were, how the Father gave you the kingdom of the whole world, and how you became trapped in the kingdom of Ravan. You experienced so much sorrow and performed so many dirty things, actions. Day by day, the world continued to become degraded. Day by day, sanskars of human beings become more criminal. Therefore, you children should have this in your awareness. No? Day by day, this criminalism is increasing. People will be hungry of lust, hungry of in anger. There will be so much anger that it will be like chaos all around. That situation we need to face. So, how much yoke power we need? The Father see you were very pure saplings, those who were given their fortune of the kingdom, and that you then forgot his occupation. We forgot our Father. How we forgot? Because of body consciousness, because of vices. See now itself one small example. A child is doing very nice, good things in his life, but once something tempting comes in front of him, in anger, he comes in anger, or we come in anger, we forget what is goodness. We are very good, but suddenly anger comes, we forget. So, like that, keep going, we forgot everything. Now, if you want to become Satopradhan from Tamopradhan, remember me, your father, and all your sins will be cut away. However, you are not able to remember me. You repeatedly say, Baba, I forget you. Oh, but how will your sins be cut away if you don't have remembrance? Firstly, you became impure by falling into vices, and secondly, began to defame the Father. You fell to such an extent in the company of Maya that you put the one who raised you to the sky into the pebbles and stones. He raised us to the sky, but we putted him in pebbles and stones. We putted one stone ling and told, here is God. You perform such acts in company of Maya. This has to enter into your intellect. You must no longer remain those whose with totally stone intellect. Every day the Father tells you, I speak first class points to you. When there is a gathering in Bombay, you can tell them that Father says, O people of Bharat, I gave you the fortune of the kingdom. You were deities in heaven, so how did you then go into the kingdom of Ravan? This too is part of the drama. Understand the Creator and the beginning, middle, and end of His creation, and you will be able to claim a high status. Remember me, and your sins will be absolved. Although all of you are sitting here, the intellect of some of you are wandering around somewhere, and the intellect of others are somewhere else. Let it enter your intellect where you were, and that you then fell into the foreign kingdom of Ravan. We should understand, let this knowledge enter our intellect, that where we were, and then we fell into the kingdom of Ravan. Therefore, you have become very unhappy. You were very happy in the temple of Shiva. Now Satyug is temple of Shiva. So in temple of Shiva we were very happy. The Father has now come to take you away from this brothel, but some of you still do not leave. The Father says, will you go to temple of Shiva? You will not receive that poison there. You will not get anything dirty to eat and drink there. Now we are having dirty food, dirty drinking, right? Tamo pradhan, onion, garlic, and even these Kirai and all will not be there. No spinach. There will be wholesome fruits. Fruits itself will have everything, all kind of nutrition. And nutrition what? Devta deities don't need food. They just enjoy the taste. They, Lakshmi Narayan, were the masters of the world. Where did they disappear to? They are claiming their fortune of the kingdom once again. It is very easy. Even now, we don't need actually the food. One second. So he's telling that day Lakshmi Narayan were the master of the world. Where did they disappear? They are claiming their fortune of the kingdom once again. It is very easy. The father explained this. Not everyone is serviceable to the same extent. The kingdom has to be established number wise, just as it was 5,000 years ago. We have to become Sato Pradhan. The father says this is Tamo Pradhan, old world. The father comes when it becomes totally old. No one except the father can explain this. God is teaching us through this chariot. When you remember this, when you have all of this knowledge in your intellect, you will be able to tell others about it and make them similar to yourself. The father explains. Previously, your characters were criminal and were very difficult to reform. You are not able to remove the criminality from your eyes. One of the criminality of lust, which is renounced with great difficulty, and then together with that, there are rest of the five vices. Everything happens through eyes, right? Any kind of vices, anger. Even if we see anything only, we'll get greed. So there is a great deal of criminality of anger. While you are sitting somewhere, an evil spirit enter you just like that. That too is a criminality. No one has become civil eye yet. And so what will be the result of that? You will accumulate 100-fold sin. You will repeatedly get angry. The father explains, you are now no longer in the kingdom of Ravan. You are sitting with God. How lucky we are, but we are not realizing we are sitting with God. That much senseless Ravan, Ravan makes us. Therefore, you have to make a promise to become free from those vices. The father says, now remember me. Don't get angry. The five vices have continued to make you fall for half a second. You were the one who were the most elevated, and you are also the one who have fallen the most. It was the five vices that made you fall. You now have to remove those vices in order to go to Temple of Shiva. Continue to remove your hearts from this brothel. Remember the Father, and your final thoughts will lead you to your destination. You will arrive home. No one else can show you this path. God speaks. I never said that I am omnipresent. I taught you Raj Yoga and told you that I will make you into the masters of the world. There is no need for this knowledge there. You become deities from human beings and claim your inheritance. There is no question of Hatha Yoga. It is in this. Consider yourself to be souls. Why do you consider yourself to be bodies? You will not be able to take this knowledge by considering yourself to be bodies. We cannot understand this knowledge. As much as we become soul conscious, that much we can imbibe this knowledge. This too is predestined. You understand that you were in the kingdom of Ravan and that you are now making effort to go to the kingdom of Ram. You are now resident of the most auspicious confluence age. By all means, live at home with your families. But how could so many stay here? Well, we have to live with families. Not everyone who become a Brahmin can stay here with Brahma. You have to stay in your own home, and your intellect have to understand that you are not Shudra, but you are Brahmin now. The top knot of you Brahmins is very small. Therefore, whilst living at home with your families and working to earn your livelihood, you simply have to remember the Father. What were you before? You are now sitting in a foreign kingdom. You become so unhappy. Baba is now taking us back again. Therefore, each of you has to create a farm stage while living at home with your family. Many huge trees came in the beginning, and then out of those, some remained and some left. It is in your intellect that you were in your kingdom. But look where you have now ended up. You are now going back to your kingdom again. Some write to Baba and say, Baba, so and so was very good and he was regular, but he no longer comes. If he does not come, it means that he has fallen into vice. So he is not able to imbibe this knowledge. Instead of progressing, he continues to fall and will claim a status worth pennies. There is a vast difference between the status of a king and low status. There is happiness there anyway. But you now have to make effort to claim a high status. Everyone can understand who is able to claim a high status. Everyone is now making effort. King Mahendra of Bhopal, that time King Mahendra was there. So King Mahendra of Bhopal is also making effort. Those kings are only worth pennies, whereas you are going to the Sun Dynasty kingdom. Your efforts should be such that you can become part of the rosary of victory. The father explains to you children. Continue to examine your hearts and ask yourself whether your eyes become criminal at any time. If you become civil-eyed, then what more is needed? Although you no longer indulge in vice, your eyes continue to deceive you in one or way or other. And lust is number one vice. A criminal eye is very bad. This is why there are the terms criminal eyed and civil eyed. The unlimited father knows the children. He knows what act they perform and what service they do. Even now they receive incognito news and so criminal eyes have not yet changed. As time goes by, they will write to Baba more accurately. They themselves will feel that they have been telling lies for so long and have continued to fall. This knowledge did not sit in their intellect completely. But that was why they were not able to create that stage. They hide their mistakes from the Father. Many hide their mistake in that way. You should not hide the illness of the five vices from the surgeon. You have to tell the truth. My intellect goes in other direction and not towards Shiv Baba. When you don't tell the truth, your illness continues to worsen. The father now explains, children become soul conscious. Again is telling children, become soul conscious. Consider yourselves to be souls. All souls are brothers. You were so happy when you were worthy of worship. You have now become unhappy unworshippers. What happened to you? Everyone says that the pure household path has existed since the beginning of the time. They ask, did Ram and Sita not have children? However, children are not born through sin there. Oh, but that was completely viceless world. Children are not born through corruption there. There is no vice there. This kingdom of Ram does not exist there. That is the kingdom of Ram. How could Ravan come there? The intellect of human being have been completely destroyed. Who destroyed them? I made you, Baba is telling. I made you Sato Pradhan and took your boat across. So who made you Tamo Pradhan? It was Ravan. We have forgotten this too. We forgot Ravan makes us like this. Isis makes us like this. They say that this has continued from the time, beginning of the time. Oh, really? So when was that beginning of the time? Give us an account of that. They don't understand it. The father explained. I gave you such a great fortune of the kingdom. You people of Bharat were very happy. There was no one else at that time. Christian too say that there used to be paradise. There are also the images of the deities. There is nothing older than them. Lakshmi and Narayan would be the oldest of all, and anything belonging to them would be old. Sri Krishna is oldest of all of them. Sri Krishna was also the newest of all. Why is he said to be the oldest? Because he existed in the past. You were beautiful and now become ugly. People are very happy to see the dark blue form of Krishna. But that represents vices, right? They even rock a baby form of him in a cradle. How would they know when he was beautiful? They have so much love for Krishna. But what did Radhe do? That they don't love her that much. No, but now even Radhe also people love so much. Radhe, 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 they do. The father says, you are sitting here in the company of the truth. When you go into bad company, you forget me. Maya is very powerful. Even an elephant was swallowed by an alligator. That is a remembrance. Alligator means Maya, Ravan. Elephant means Maharathi, intense effort maker. So even intense effort maker is swallowed by Maya. There are many who are ready to run away. That's why Maya is very powerful. they have been even slightest ego, they destroy everything for themselves. The unlimited Father will continue to explain you. You must not lose hope in this way. Listen, say, why did Baba say this? My honor is lost. Oh, but you have already lost all your honor in the kingdom of Ravan. You cause harm to yourself when you become body conscious and you destroy your status. There are also anger and greed when you have a criminal eye. It is only when you see something you like that you become greedy. The father comes and looks at his garden and sees the variety of flowers. After having been here, he looks at the flowers of the other garden. People also offer flowers to Shiv Baba. He is incorporeal, sentient flower. You are also making effort to become such flower, sweet flower, pure, having all virtue, fragrance of soulfulness. Baba says, sweetest children, consider whatever has happened in past to be in drama. Don't think about it. You make so much effort, yet nothing seems to happen. Nothing remains. Oh, but the subjects too are needed. Even if someone hear a little bit of this knowledge, he becomes part of the subjects. And many subjects will be created. Once this knowledge is heard, it can never be destroyed. No, we heard this knowledge. No, it cannot be destroyed. We will get the fruit of it in Satyug and in this age also. So as soon as they hear that this is Shiv Baba, that's it. They will become part of the subjects. Internally, you should be aware that you are once again attaining the kingdom that was yours. For that, you have to make full effort. Service is progressing absolutely accurately. Acha, to the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from Mother, Father, and Baba Dada. Love, remembrance, and good morning from Mother, Father, and Baba Dada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children. From the spiritual children, love, remembrance, and good morning to Mother, Father, and Baba Dada. Namaste, Baba, Namaste. Shukriya, Baba, Shukriya. लेट जाओ लाइट बंद करके थोड़ा देर लेट जाओ Essence for dharna. First, in order to go to the temple of Shiv, remove all devices. Continue to remove your heart from this brothel. Step away from the company of shudras. In order to go to the temple of Shiv, remove all the vices. Continue to remove your heart from this brothel. Step away from the company of the shudra. Second, understand that whatever has passed was in the drama. And don't think about it. Never become arrogant. Never feel hopeless when you are being corrected. No, we are being corrected. We should not become hopeless. If anger is there, it has to be removed. If lust is there, it has to be removed. Greed is there, it has to be removed. We should not be hopeless and also not arrogant. Whatever passed, we should think it was in drama and full stop. We should not keep on thinking about that. Blessing. See the blessing hand of Baba on your head. May you be filled with the treasure of happiness and become a charitable soul by donating this happiness to unhappy souls. May you be filled with the treasure of happiness and become a charitable soul by donating this happiness to unhappy souls. At this time, the world has sorrow at every moment, whereas you have the happiness at every moment. So, to give this happiness to unhappy souls is the greatest charity of all. People of the world spend so much time and money trying to be happy, whereas you have easily received the treasure of this imperishable happiness. Now simply continue to share with others what you have received. To share it means to increase it. Let whoever come into connection with you experience that. You have received some elevated attainment in which you have happiness. No, the situation where all will be disheartened or low energy, we are fine. We are always satisfied and happy, contented. Even sometime we might not be having, we cannot laugh like anything, but those situations, but we can be looking calm and stable. That itself eh, get noticed by everyone. What they have got, that they are so stable in their life, so happy. Slogan: an experienced soul can never be deceived by anything. Such a soul is always victorious. Maya can also cannot deceive because they got experience. Thank you, Baba. Thank you. Shukriya, Baba. Shukriya. Om Shanti.